Today's daf is we're holding Kidushin Daf Samach Tes, the brand new perek, the last and final perek of Masechta Kidushin. The Mishnah starts off, Asara Yuchsin Alu B'Babel. There were 10 categories of lineage with varying restrictions on marriage amongst the Yidden who ascended from Babel to Eretz Yisrael with Ezra before building the Bayis Sheni. Now, who were the Asar Yuchsin? Kohani, Levi, Israeli, Chalali, Gedi, V'Charedi, Mamzeri, Nesini, Shtuki, V'Asufi. These were the Kohanim, the Leviim, the Israelim, the Chalalim. These are Kohanim disqualified because of their flawed lineage. Chalalim, converts. Charedi are Avodim, which were freed. Mamzerim, Gevanim. These were the descendants of the Gevanim who converted in the times of Yeshua. And Shituki are children of, you don't know who the father is, and Asufi, the foundlings, which the Gemara will explain. Now the Mishnah now proceeds to detail the halachas. Kohanim Leviim Yisraelim Mitarim Lo B'Zeh B'Zeh. Kohanim Leviim Yisraelim are permitted for men and women to, in these categories, to marry one another. Levi Yisraeli Chalali Gedi V'Charedi Chamur Mitarim Lo B'Zeh B'Zeh. Leviim, who are not Kohanim, Yisraelim and Chalalim, Gerim and Avodim Shukrarim, is permitted for men and women in these categories to marry one another. Gedi, B'Charedi, Mozir, Nesini, Shtuki, V'Asufi, when it comes to converts and freed slaves, Mamzerim, Gevanim, children of, don't know who the father is, and the Asufi, they are all permitted to marry one another. Elohim. Now, and these are the last two categories. Shtuki, Kol Shu, Makras, Ime Beni Makras Aviv. Shtuki is a person who knows the identity of his mother, but does not know the identity of the father. Asufi, what's Asufi? Kol Shenesim and Ashuk. Beni Makar Lea Os Aviv V'Leis Ime. He's found in the Shuk. He's collected in the marketplace, but he does not know who the father or the mother is. Abashol Yekir the Shtuki, the Abashol would call the Shtuki by the label of Beduki. You call him a Beduki. The Mishnah taught there were 10 categories of Yuchsin among the Eden who ascended from Babel. Gemara asks, why does the Tana specifically teach the phrase ascended from Babel? Why was it important for the Tana to specify their place of origin? So the Gemara says, let them just teach they went to Eretz Yisrael. So the Gemara answers, the Tana of the Brisa is of the Mishnah is teaching us a agavorcha. The Torah says, and you shall arise and go to the place that Hashem your Hashem shall choose. It teaches us that the Beis Hamikdash is higher than all of Eretz Yisrael, which is why the pasuk speaks of ascending from the cities to Eretz Yisrael to the Beis Hamikdash. Eretz Yisrael goyim mikol haratzis, and Eretz Yisrael is higher than all the lands. So the Gemara Mishnah Beis Hamikdash goyim mikol haratzis and the Ksiv Mele Beis Hamikdash is higher than all of Eretz Yisrael. Mikol Eretz Yisrael. This is what the pasuk says. It says matters of machlekes within your gates, and you shall rise and go up, indicating that the Beis Hamikdash, the place that Hashem chose, is higher than all the other cities in Eretz Yisrael. Eretz Yisrael goyim mikol haratzis meilan alalan. What do you know that Eretz Yisrael is higher than all the other lands? The pasuk says, "L'chein hini yom boyenu Hashem, v'yomro edi d'chai Hashem asher hela es bnei Yisrael ma'eretz Mitzrayim, ki v'chai Hashem asher hela v'asher hevi es zer b'Eretz Yisrael ma'eretz Safedim mikol haratzis asher yidachtem sham." Pasuk says, "Therefore, behold, the days are coming," says Hashem, "when they shall no more say, all the Hashem lives who brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, as the Lord lives, who brought up and who led the seed of Israel out of the north country and from all the countries where I had driven them." Pasuk says, "Who brought up," is mashma that Eretz Yisrael is higher than all the other lands from where Hashem will bring the Jewish people. So the Gemara asks, why does the Tana specify or specifically teach Alu mi Babel? Why not say Alu Eretz Yisrael? So the Gemara says, teaches us that Ezra did not ascend from Babel until he made it fine like flour. In other words, free of bran. He ensured that the yuchsin of those remaining were unsolid, and selected all of those in Bavel who were in questionable Yuchsin, and then he ascended with them in Eretz Yisrael. It's Bar Abai Omer Olu Ma'aleim. Now Abai says we learned in the Mishnah that there were 10 Yuchsin amongst the Yidden who ascended, meaning that they were ascended on their own accord. Rav Omer Ha'alum Tanan. Rav says that Ezra brought them up against their will. And they disagree about the statement of Rabbi Lazar. That Ezra did not ascend from Babel until he made Babel like fine like flour, and only then did he ascend. Abai said Rabbi Lazar. So Abai does not accept the statement of Rabbi Lazar, since he maintains that they ascended on their own will. And however, Rabbi Lazar does agree with Rabbi Lazar. Or the Kulama Isli Rabbi Lazar, everybody agrees with Rabbi Lazar. This is what they're arguing. One holds that Ezra first separated the members of the community with Yuchsin and then ascended to Eretz Yisrael out of their own desire. And the Rebbe holds that he brought them up against their will. So the Gemara asks, according to the one who says that they ascended on their own accord and without distinction between the types of people who came, now can I understand the statement that says all lands is like muddled compared to Eretz Yisrael, and the Yuchsin of residents of Eretz Yisrael is like a Isa compared to the Babel. As people came on their own accord, there was a lack of oversight concerning who married whom. But according to the one who says he brought them up, and Ezra identified and selected all those who came with him, so if he brought them up, Chachamim of that time knew the Yuchsin of all who came, and who would have been careful not to allow any forbidden marriages. So why is Yuchsin of residents of Eretz Yisrael considered to be muddled compared to Babel? So the answer is, though the status of those who came was known to that generation, it was not known to the other later generation. And whereas granted, according to the opinion that says that they ascended on their own accord, and you see, this is what the pasuk says, that same Elanor Haba Alachva Benachno Yom Shteshav Avina Ba'am Vakenim Levi Lemachas Yisham. I gathered them together to the river that runs to Ava, the Achva, and we camped there for 3 days, and I viewed the people of the Canaan and found that they were the sons of Levi. And it was necessary for Ezra to clarify the identity of the people traveling there to Israel. But according to the one who says that he brought them up, they were very careful to classify the Yuchsin of the people before they left for Eretz Yisrael. So why was it necessary for him to clarify the matter by the riverside? So the Gemara answers, though they were careful with regard to the people of Yuchsin, with regards to the people of Kshenim, they were not careful to clarify the precise Yuchsin of them, and they did so by the riverside. Mishnah says, Kainin Aviv Yisraeli. Now, in fact, they want to know on this liku. From where do we know that they ascended? It says, so the Kainim and the Levim and some of the people and the singers and the gatekeepers and the Givanim dwelt in the cities and all over Eretz Yisrael. So it says, Kainim Levim Yisrael. Mar says, Chalalim converts and Avadim Shuchradim. And now, from where do you know that they also Chalalim min Allah, where do you know the Chalalim ascended? Tanya Rein Sever, the Chazaka. The Chazaka is great. Shnemar Bnei Akenim, Bnei Chavia, Bnei Akes, Bnei Barzilai. Ashelokach Bnei Barzilai, Agilada Isha, Beikara Shmam. Eila Bikshuk Sam, Messiashul, Nimsa, Vigela, Akona, Beimat, Shirasa, Lahama, Ashalayich, Miketa Shagadasham, Adamar Kainim, Lurim Batum. It says, and the children of the Kainim, the children of Chavaya, the children of Kais, the children of Barzilai, they took a wife, the daughters of Barzilai, the Giladi, and was called after their name. They sought the registry of the Yuchsim, but it was not found. Therefore, they were deemed polluted and put out from their Kohuna. Tashish said to them that they should not eat for the Karbanas of the most sacred order until they arose a Kayin with Batum. Yeah. So the rising thing is, this shows that there was a suffix whether specific descendants of Cain were fed for the Kohanim or were Halalim. So Ezra said to them, Hari atem bechaskaskim. You have retained your chazaka. In other words, despite their failure to provide proof that they were faith kohen, they maintained the prior status. So what of priestly gifts did you partake when you were in Gullus? So you partook only of the kacheg gvul, which means the consecrated gifts of the boundaries from Truma, which may be eaten anywhere. Afkan, so to hear it as you show, the kacheg gvul, you're only allowed to partake of kacheg gifts of the boundaries. You may not, however, partake of anything that must be eaten inside Yerushalayim, as the pasuk says. In any event, we see the pasuk writes that they were put out of the kahuna. It can be seen that there were chalalim who came with Ezra to Eretz Yisrael. Gemara asks, according to the one who says that one elevates the kahuna, one attributes the lineage to a kohen, to an individual on the basis of observing him take truma. So how could they be allowed to partake of truma? Those who partake of truma will be elevated to the full status of the kahuna. So my answer, as their chazaka had been weakened since they did not partake of karbanis, as other kainim all knew that they were not regular kainim. So if so, what is the meaning? Great is the chazaka. They received nothing extra by virtue of the chazaka. So the Gemara responds, initially they would partake of truma, which is truma d'Rabbanon, and then they were able to eat truma d'Oraisa. Where I can tell you that actually now also to show they partake of produce that is truma midrabanan. So midiraisa they took, but midrabanan would not elevate. Therefore, they could continue partaking of truma based on the chazaka status, and there's no concern that they might be elevated to the status of a full-fledged kohen. In fact, they want to make the chazaka. So what's the great chazaka? To be called like the mixum mishum truma d'Oraisa, but say afagav dikum mixum mishum truma d'Oraisa with Rabban achol d'Oraisa le'achol. So it means that initially there was no reason to decree and aser them for partaking of produce that was truma d'Rabbanan due to the possibility that they may partake of produce that is truma d'Oraisa. Afterwards, when they came to show, although there was reason to decree due to the truma of d'Oraisa to partake of produce that was truma d'Rabbanan, although they could not eat produce that was truma d'Oraisa. When I asked, Taylor says, and Tashisha said to them that they should not eat of the karbanis, which is mashma that they should not eat karbanis, but they could eat offerings not of Kidushin. They may eat, including produce of truma d'Oraisa. So my answer is this means to say they may. This is what Tashisha is saying. They may not partake of anything that is called Kiddush. Not kosher. Kiddush says clearly. The Amar Kro was Kenki Sia Liish Sir who between was a kosher l'seichel. Mar Bamunim not kosher. This pasuk is speaking about separating from the karbanis. Lo yiseichel she may not eat.